I'm going to be watching back some losses in my Squadbusters games and analysing why I lost, how I could have played it better, and how you can learn from my mistakes. Let's begin. Alright, so we're starting off in Doppelgangers, and we're going to be picking Colt. Okay, so we can see here, there's someone that just came up straight at the start of that game. More on him later. Now we've got two Colts already, we're just farming up our resources. This is what I like to do at the start of the game. I don't normally push mid until quite late in the game, and maybe that's an issue, so we'll try and talk about that in our next video. But we can see that Colt is actually going to be pushing straight into this team. We have a number disadvantage, and yeah, it's not looking too good for us here, because that guy that came up at the start actually chopped off that bridge. So we're going to look at this more in depth. So we've picked these two characters, and that's all fine. Like, we're off to a good start, go back for our 5-coin chest, and we've picked Colt for a fusion. Normally, I do advise that you have numbers, and this is something I did talk about in my video, but I think this was one of the first recordings I did, so I don't think I was crazy. You know, and we push straight into this team, right? We can see this chopper guy that came up before. I think it's actually a bot that we died to. But one of these Barbarian Kings, which I believe is in classic rarity, judging on the model, he is almost full health. And our second one is 3/4 health. Now, I looked at the stats, and our Colt, who's fusion, he has a grand total of 3150 health. Now, one of these Barbarian Kings, in literally the baby rarity, has 50 more health. And that's not fusion, that's none of that. He's a tanky character, right? And he deals 145 damage, whereas our lovely Colt fusion over here deals 400. So he deals a bit less damage, but he has the damage output and health of two characters, and one's at 3/4 health, so it'll be more like 2800 or something. But that proves that there was no way that this was going to go my way from the start. Not only did I have number disadvantage here, I also had the disadvantage of this guy having two epic characters. Absolutely insane. I don't know if they changed the health since this recording, because this was before global release, so who knows. And yeah, we chucked down this bomb here. This is the next thing I wanted to talk about. We chucked down this bomb spell, right? Absolutely fine. So we go, boom. Great way to start the fight, because you can actually get some extra damage at the start. And I mean, that's probably better for gathering resources, because I mean, you can literally see that the trees over here ended up getting instantly destroyed. But we did get a bit of damage on the 3/4 health one. He actually went down to about half health here. But our full health Barbarian King over here was still on, like, nearly full. That's the tiniest little dent in damage. So unless you have the number advantage anyway, and you know you're going to win the fight, the bomb spell won't actually do much for you at all. You're actually probably more likely to lose a fight with the bomb spell, because you're going to feel more confident having that extra initial damage. But here's the thing, I just had no numbers, and I had no stats to my character. So how was I going to win that fight? That was the bad play that I made, and that actually cost me the game here, because instantly, the power of, like, that's about just under 300 damage that they're dealing, and they have two of them, so it's like, I'm going to get constantly pressed, and that damage slowness is just going to get me caught. I mean, I couldn't really escape there unless I went down a bit earlier. Tried to go up, and then I was like, bridges are cut off either side, I may as well just kind of give up at that point. So that's loss number one. Let's check out the next one. Okay, we've got Fusion Start and Whack-A-Mole. Let's see what we can do with this. So we're going to start off with Fusion Goblin, which is great, because look how many coins you get from that. That's 24 coins. Absolutely insane to start off with that, because you're getting 21 coins plus an extra 4 for the plus an extra 3 for the fusion. So you're set for the rest of the game, basically. However, the only reason we're watching this video is because obviously I was not set enough, and we'll see why probably very soon. because these are actually slightly older recordings, so I've been playing for a bit longer now. Picked up a second Colt there, which is probably my best bet, but this interaction already raising some red flags for me. Sure, I've cleared out all of his non-fusions, but I also lost so many troops from that. That was not a viable fight to take. And I don't think we realized it because the icons for abilities and stuff were a bit different before global. But actually, that bow was completely gone. If I had tapped him once more, he would be down to 1 fusion troop. So I could have actually closed in and got that kill there. We're going to take out this cannon just to get some extra coins, because you do get some coins from cannons. Little resource trick. And yeah, we've been kind of farming up some moles and stuff like that. I noticed that Shelly team was chasing me, so I kind of wanted to get away from them. But yeah, obviously I've ran into a team with a fusion medic and a fusion bow, fronted by some beautifully placed El Primos. And this is where everything goes awry. Like, you can see right now my hands are moving like crazy. I'm trying to just get out of the situation, but it was already over at this point. I kind of just had to accept it. Yeah, I went into the vines at that point. Once you gone into the vines, you know it's over. And let's take a look back. Now, a lot of that starting of the match wasn't really that interesting. I kind of explained the interaction that we had with the bow team here, where we basically just like closed in on him completely. But we didn't end up securing that kill. Yeah, look how low he was right there. That is how much health he had right there. And then obviously it would have been 1 more fusion troop, and we still had a barbarian and a cult, plus a fusion cult and a fusion goblin. So we definitely could have won that fight if we'd stayed on him. I didn't realize that, and it was obviously very hard to see. Like, look how different those are. If you're not like steering deeply into the soul of your screen, you're not going to notice that. So I'm glad they did update those icons. But yeah, we could have got a key there, which might have given us some really helpful troop or something. And it might have let us play more in this top right corner, because what happened next was we actually ended up heading down towards this area, right? This bottom right corner of the map. And you can see in the corner there, that Shelly team that I was kind of a bit worried about. And you can see I'm kind of playing a bit nervous, because I know that 2 fusion Shellys is a bit scary. Or no, 1 fusion Shelly, but yeah, it's just a lot of Shelly. You do not want to be too close to her. And then this sandwich happens so quick. Like last time when I was watching the whole gameplay back, so hard to describe how quickly that happened. But look at this. So we have, let's break it down, a Shelly in the top right. This is like the Shelly team, that's what I've been calling it. Then we've got this 2 fusion team right here on 25 gems. And they're kind of just trying to play and just get a few gems off me. They're not playing full aggressive. They just want to get like as many gems as they can. And then further up, we can actually see that there's this other team. Now, I don't know why I did this. This is where I could have made a different play. Right here was the perfect opportunity to go up. There's a chest that you can see I have the coins for. I would have got a bomb spell to knock anyone back who tried to chase me up there. But instead, I decide, because I hadn't seen this team over here, the little 31 gem team, I didn't see that they were actually over there, so I thought I could go that way, up in the very top left, to try and escape completely, because I wanted to just get to the opposite side of the map from these 2 teams, who I thought were the only ones there. However, I was quickly mistaken, because look at this. Shelly team is behind, and obviously this team is still chasing me. Shelly team is trying to just like be cleanup crew, I guess. If they spot that this team's low, they're going to go for the kill on this team, right? However, this team, very scary. They have elite barbarians, I think. And they got a fusion cult, like, leading their team. And keep in mind, I've got like 2 fusion troops, and then just 3 regular ones not really doing too much, right? This team is scary. They have the numbers, and they also just have that fear factor of like the higher gem count. But what kind of pressured me was the fact that it wasn't just one team. There was also a team, like there were two teams over here, both around the same amount of power, like 2 fusions here, like probably 2 fusions at that point there. And then yeah, this team, if you look back at that frame that we were just looking at, they made the quickest double back because they saw, hey, this guy's not doing too well. We can easily poach this. And look what happens. This guy goes for the kill. He turns on his heal spell, right? I go down to try and avoid him. This team is, yeah, they're getting pushed by the Shelly by the looks of things. And that's exactly what I was talking about with cleanup crew. I don't think that team was going to be winning the encounter. But they realized that there's a team that's actually already engaged in a fight, and if you know how to play squad busters, normally go for a team that is engaged in a fight already, because you're more likely to find a lower team by the end of the fight. So look at this. I'm literally, there are 3 teams all on top of each other. This guy's team is going up in gems. Other guy backs out because he realizes, hold up, this team is actually kind of scary. And then I'm left here, basically on my own trying to hold off them. Now, what would have been great is if I'd had an extra turbo, maybe if I'd picked up a second chicken. It might have been a thing, but I probably would have used the turbo somewhere else. And if I could have got up there and out without this guy damage slownessing me, would have worked fine. But look, I'm stuck here. I went through the bushes, which actually does slow you down. And so then I tried to double back, right? That's the old juking strat. But at this point, it was over. And so I had to give up, right? And there were 2 different ways I could have handled this. If I had taken out the bow team, I could have had top right all to myself, which would have been absolutely fine. And I would have got a whole bunch more troops, been able to push into center, you know, standard in-game stuff. However, I didn't do that, and I instead got chased down by the Shelly team, down into the bottom corner, where I was sandwiched, team to the left, team further to the left, and a team to the right. But yeah, that's going to be it for the first Squad Busters analysis video. Let me know if you want to see another video like this. I have tons more games already analyzed and ready to edit for the channel. And we're definitely going to try and work on doing the knowing when to fight and when to back out video, because that's probably also going to help me as well when I do my research. Thank you guys for watching, and let's hope that this isn't projecting losses onto our video.
Better watch out, cause the boys back in town, swerving on the block and we come back around, talking all the shit, pussy boy, you a clown, gotta keep my money up and leave my ups down.